Hi everyone, glad to know you to watch this video. In this beautiful location, I would like to discuss about literature. I hope you enjoy this video until the end, and if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe it and switch on the notification. In this video, we would like to discuss kind of definition of the literature. Why is literature important? What are real life example of literature? And what other words are related to literature? And at the last of this video, I'll tell you something about kind of the information of literature, another from the fourth. Right, we're going to the first material in this video. Kind of definition of literature. You ready? Now listen this carefully. Literature is writing that uses artistic expressions and form and is considered to have merit or be important. As an artistic term, literature refers to written works such as novels, short stories, biographies, memoirs, essays, and poetry. However, songs, movies, TV shows, video games, and paintings are typically not considered to be literature because the final output is not text. At the same time, literature is usually thought to only include works of art. Informative works like newspaper, scientific journals, religious texts, press releases, and spreadsheets are generally not considered to be literature. This is interesting. Yet, in scientific study, especially anthropology or history, the word literature is used more broadly to describe everything that a specific society or group has ever written. For example, researchers may be studying Persian literature, which would include even mundane, non-artistic pieces of writing that was created by a citizen of the Persian Empire, such as lists of food supplies. It's going to be interesting to discuss, isn't it? Now we're going to discuss about the second material of literature. That is, why is literature important? Why literature important? The first records of word literature come from around 1375. It ultimately comes from the Latin literatura, meaning grammar or writing. What writings are considered literature is often debated. Average readers and literary experts often disagree on what counts as literature. Literary experts also disagree among themselves what is and isn't literature. Usually, literature is defined as being of interest or having importance, which is obviously a subjective quality. Who gets to decide if a piece of writing is important? In the past, the answer was people who can read. In your own life, the literature you have studied has most likely been selected by an English teacher or a literature department at a college. In everyday life, the word literature is most likely to be used when speaking academically or scholastically. Libraries and stores that sell books are less likely to use this broad, unhelpful terms and are more likely to categorize written works using more specific words like poetry, romance, or young adult fiction. And now we step up to the next material. This is about what are the real-life examples of literature. This is kind of interesting, yeah, because people have many different opinions on what kinds of literature they like to read. For example, this is a tweet from Stephen King. Stephen King is, his real name is Stephen Edwin King, yeah. He is an American author of horror, supernatural fiction, suspense, crime, science fiction, and fantasy novels. He said that on his tweet, Who says great literature is that? And then posts a cover of a novel about I Wreck Your Toilet. And then the second is from Carly Jones. She is an athlete. She posts a tweet about reading my Twitter feed is still reading, so that counts as literature, right? Those are the different opinions on what kinds of people like to read of the literature. Right, for you that still watch this video, so I hope you can watch this video until the end. Now we're going to the next material about what other words are related to the literature. There are many words that related to the literature. The first is writing. Writing is the act of a person or thing that writes. The second is book. The book is a handwritten or print work of fiction or non-fiction, usually on sheets of paper, fastened or bound together with thin cover. And poetry. Poetry is the art of rhythmical composition, written or spoken, for exciting pleasure by beautiful, imaginative, or elevated thoughts. And then novel. Novel is a fictitious prose narrative or considerable length and complexity, portraying characters and usually presenting a sequential organization of action and scene. Biography. Biography is a written account of another person's life. Memoir. Memoir, a record of events written by a person having intimate knowledge of them and based on personal observation. Essay. What is essay? Essay is a short literary composition on a particular theme or subject, usually in prose and generally analytic, speculative, or interpretative. Fiction. Fiction is the class of literature comprising works of imaginative narration, especially in prose form. Non-fiction, the branch of literature comprising works of narrative prose dealing with or offering opinions or conjectures upon facts and reality, including biography, history, and the essay. And now, like I said before, at the beginning of this video, that is about another information. Did you know the oldest authors whose name we know was Enheduanna, a Sumerian princess and high priestess who wrote poetry dedicated to the gods over 4,000 years ago. Literature is the oldest written work we know of. I'm glad to know you till this end of this video. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Adi Firman. I'm signing out. Goodbye.